Love is a complex emotion, and a lot of people struggle with it. Everyone is ever changing and evolving. Nothing is set in stone. People get into relationships, commit to marriages, yet they don't know who they are themselves, and that leads to a lot of heartbreak. But what if you learned this in school? You learned how to love, how to receive love, how to give love, and maybe even who you want to love. And that's the basic concept for this show, more than a married couple, but not lovers. And I saw this in my recommendations for Crunchyroll, and I thought that it was super fascinating. I was like, oh, what could this title mean? Some spicy things could ensue. And so I gave it a watch, and oh boy, the Scoville levels did not disappoint. So let's just jump right into what this show is all about. This show focuses on two very distinct people, Jiro Yukoin and Akari Watanabe. Jiro is the generic archetype of a nerdy virgin weeb. He isn't cool, he's a little brash, and he's definitely not a flirt. Akari is the complete opposite though. She is a gyaru with tons of confidence. She's popular, she's pretty, she's caring, but she thinks that people like Jiro are beneath her. One of the first scenes that we see her interacting with Jiro, she's just completely ignoring him, pushing to the side, treating him like garbage. Yet she then goes to her crush, Minami, which is one of the hottest guys in the whole class, popular, everything, the whole shebang. And she gushes all over him, not in a sexual way, giving him compliments and just being a flirty person with him overall. Jiro and Akari are completely different people. They live in completely different worlds, and they do not see eye to eye. Jiro doesn't care about this though. He has his own person of interest as well, Shiori Tsukurazuka. She is Jiro's childhood best friend who has been with him almost every moment in his life. She is sweet but shy and gets very anxious around guys. Jiro is the one person that makes her comfortable though, and there is some romantic tension between the two of them. However, they are both too anxious to do anything about it. But luckily, in their school's curriculum, they have a program where they randomly assign two students in the same class to pretend to be a married couple together to get them ready for married life, and they need to do this to graduate, so you just gotta pretend to be married with someone. And Jiro has his fingers crossed that he will be with Shiori. However, luck was not on his side, and he ended up getting paired with Akari. This is awful for both of them. They have no common interest whatsoever, so this will be a challenge for both of them. They'll have to do all lovey-dovey stuff when both of them already have love interest in mind? Bruh, I definitely did not see this coming. And to make things worse for them, Shiori and Minami are also having to be in a pretend marriage as well. Oh, double bruh! I did not double see this coming. But there's a catch with this program. You see, as a married couple, you gain points. And the more points you get, the higher the ranks you go. And if you get a rank A, which is the top tier, the best, you can be able to switch out with any other person who is a rank A. Because of this, Jiro and Akari make a pact that they will act like a married couple so that they could be able to do the rest of the program with the person that they actually have some kind of romantic interest with. And this is where the show gets spicy. Jiro and Akari started to try to do everything that a married couple would do. Akari makes box lunches for Jiro, they snuggle up close to each other during a horror movie, and Jiro even gave Akari a goodbye kiss. But this for research purposes, they're just experimenting. They're seeing what maybe, their potential romantic partner could enjoy in a married environment, scientific purposes, no sexual tension, no relationship, no nothing. Nada. And one day, both of them at the same time, coincidentally, bring up this hypothetical to the respective love interests. If they get to rank A, would they want to switch with them? Shiori said that she would love it, and she would totally do it if they could both climb the ranks at the same time and if time lines up perfectly. However, Minami doesn't feel the same way. He's content with the way things are. He doesn't want them to change. He likes hanging out with Shiori, and it's a vibe. He likes it. This really hurts Akari. Minami was supposed to be the one for her, and if he doesn't want to switch with her, that can only mean one thing. He doesn't really have feelings for her. However, she has to continue with this fake marriage because it's a requirement from their school. And because of this, Akari continues to do a couple things with Jiro. And while she is acting like a romantic partner, something starts to change inside her. She's starting to gain a tiny admiration for Jiro. Every tiny thing he does while they pretend to be married makes her more and more and more infatuated with him. Every time she feels his heart pitter-patter for even a second, it makes her giddy. And Jiro is going through something similar. He wants to continue this fake marriage alive so that he could have the chance to be with Shiori. However, lustful thoughts start to ring through his head. Every tiny cute thing she does, every little nice thing she says, every sexual glance he gets at her curves makes him more and more and more interested in her. He thinks she is just toying with him for the points, though. He can't imagine that, a baby bitch boy gamer virgin loser like him would have an actual beauty flirt with him. Yet here it is, right in front of him. It hurts his brain, and he starts to become attached to Akari. However, Jiro tries to deny his feelings. He thinks that Shiori is the one for him. It has been coded in his brain for so long that is the only option that he could even think could possibly happen in his mind. And now there's this whole other path that he could take, but nevertheless, Jiro ignores these feelings. He tries to keep going after Shiori, eventually kissing her very passionately on the lips, mind you, yet there is still something there that is bogging him down inside. He's accomplished this dream that he's had for so long, yet he is still thinking about Akari. The same can go for her as well. Akari keeps trying to go after Minami, even after he basically rejects her. She thinks that he is the one for her as well. She's been longing for him to accept her with open arms for so long. She wanted him to be the one. Yet every time she fails, she ends up thinking of Jiro. It's confusing to her. She tries to hide her feelings in her past love, but her mind keeps coming back to Jiro. Why? This shouldn't be happening at all. Jiro already has Shiori, so she shouldn't be trying to win him over, yet this is all she could think about. Because of this, Akari then keeps going after Jiro. She keeps flirting with him, trying to make him fall in love with her. He is becoming more and more and more and more attached, but he thinks it is wrong. He hates what she is doing to him. He tries to keep his distance away from Akari every time that they are not supposed to, live in the same environment. However, he still has to keep going back to it, to the made-up scenario, because he cannot graduate high school if he doesn't comply. And this destroys his mind. This whole lie that the school put upon these two is tearing them apart inside. It makes them rethink who and how they love people. They don't want to accept what they feel for each other. They were doing this just for the grade, and they hate how this is making them feel. They had people that they loved, yet they are becoming the other half, the other desires. It shouldn't be happening at all in their eyes. It was fated from the start that they would not be compatible at all, yet they are finding more and more solace in one another. This is the main conflict of the show, and that is what makes this show spicy and memorable in my mind. There are no world-ending events, there are no hyperbolic extremes, and there are no crazy gimmicks in the show. I mean, other than, having to be forced to pretend to be married to someone for a grade in a class, but regardless, it is raw emotions that carry the show. Jiro and Akari think they know what they want in their heart, yet this circumstance makes them really question what they think love is. The show makes the two experience an option they would never thought of in a million years. Yet, the embrace of each other makes them question everything. They want to love with a desire, but this fake marriage is making them question who that really is. It makes them ask, what is really love? Is it a gut feeling that you have when you first lay eyes on someone? Or is it something that develops over time? Do you choose who you love? Or does it happen by chance? It shows us how hard it can be to hold emotions for someone you've loved for so long, while these new emotions for someone new comes along. How one single event can change your whole worldview about love. They show us that love is not all black and white. It is messy, with emotions flying through your synapses all the time. Anything can change your outlook on who you want to love. Even in the face of denial, the heart knows what the heart wants. You can try to suppress it, say that it's wrong, say that it's not right, say that it's not the love that it should have been. Yet love can still prevail. Jiro and Akari prove that. While they do not outright get together in the show, the admiration that they have has gotten stronger. Deep down, they know they love each other no matter how hard they try to deny it. And that is what makes this show special. And that is the end of today's video. Hope you enjoyed my deep thoughts about a romance anime. I try to be a little bit more analytical this time, you know, be an actual anime reviewer instead of a goofy, silly Persona guy all the time. So I hope you enjoyed this change of pace. My throat is dying from all the actual script reading. I read an actual script this time instead of bullet points, guys. Are you proud of me? You should be. Anyways, if you want to check out my last video, you can click right here where Kyle is to watch my last video about Keijo, the funny sports anime about fighting with titties and ass. Or you can click my face to subscribe to the YouTube channel to be notified whenever I post a serious anime review or a silly, goofy, fun time video. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this nice change of pace. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below. They just added that feature. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out. Homesickles.